Gary, disappointing then, I suppose, to difficult season. Where do you think it all went wrong tonight?
After 3 minutes, when we've conceded from a set piece, and, we said to the boys in the change room, what we done here and what we done so well down here the last time was keep it to nil, for a good period. And the second game we obviously scored to go 1-0 up and gone in at half time, but the other game we kept it nil for so long, which gives you a chance, and you have to do that come to places like that. They have a good crowd out tonight. The longer it stays nil, the more the crowd, puts pressure on them, gets on their backs, and it gives you a chance. And listen, you can hold your hands up and go if there's a piece of football and somebody hits one from 20 yards and it flies in the top corner, then that can happen in football, and you have to just sort of sometimes hold your hands up to that. But tonight the first goals come from a set piece. Second goals come from our set piece, and they've broken scored. The third goal has been exactly the same from our set piece, and they've broken scored. And the fourth goal's been exactly the same. And when we defend like that, especially when we have a set piece, it's so difficult. It's so difficult on the sideline when you see players and you go, why we need to be in areas to pick up second balls to make sure they can't hit us in a break, make sure we're covered, and we've been doing that so well over the last 10 games. But tonight, for whatever reason, we were switched off. Whether it was an occasion, whether it was too much for people, I don't know. But certainly, when you look at their 4 goals tonight, it's all come from poor play on our behalf in terms of defensively, and inevitably that's cost us. And said it even at half time, said, right, keep it tight, make sure you don't concede, and again we concede after 8 minutes. Again from, I think we had a throw in that time, thrown in the box, cleared, break, goal. And it's hard. It's because, again, I'll pay credit to the boys over the last 10 weeks have been so good that way, and they've been so strong that way, and defensively so good. But for whatever reason tonight we switched off, and you can't do that against teams like Glentoran, because you see the quality they had up front. The junior was excellent, led the line unbelievable, was a handful. You have McGinn on one side, you have McManaman on fire tonight again. And the last time we were able to stop them boys, and maybe they just weren't on as good a games as well, whatever the reason may be, but we've done a lot better against them the last time. And but still, even at 3-0 down tonight, we hit the post with Mick O'Connor at the back post. If that goes in, does it change things? Then we hit the post with Fitzy. We had an effort from Peter just before that, and you're going, if one of them go in, does it give the boys a bit of belief in themselves? Does it lift them? Because we did.
I thought the times were a little bit flat at times as well, and a goal might have helped.
Yeah, exactly, and it might have given them a lift. And I think it was more to do with when you looked around at especially in the second half, and that third goal goes in, it looks as if they're beat, and maybe that wee goal lifts them, because it is difficult. You're playing against a better side and you're 3-0 down, you're going, are we getting back in this? One of them goals go in, maybe it changes, maybe it doesn't, we don't know, and we'll never know. But certainly I would like to see in what way we reacted to that, and whether that would have given us a lift that we needed to give us a belief that we needed tonight.
Yeah. Well, that is the curtain falling on the season. I'm sure you're glad to see the back of it.
Yeah, it's been a difficult season. As I say, we entered that 10 game period where we didn't win, again with lots of injuries, lots of suspensions and stuff through that period. Then we come out of that, we get players back, we get players fit again, we get a strong bench again, and then we go on a really good run. And then today, when I was talking to you today, if you look at our bench tonight, Conor McCluskey, Callum Burney, no Jack, and listen, no matter who you are, and you need to have players on the bench that can come on and change the game if you're behind or struggling, and unfortunately it's really difficult for young kids like that. Doyler was on the bench, but Doyler unfortunately before the game was feeling sick, so he couldn't even come on to help us, and you maybe could have done with that tonight, and unfortunately he couldn't even come onto the pitch, so it was difficult, but it is what it is. But I think when you look at the two squads and you look at the two benches and you look what they're bringing on, it's night and day. Shea McCartan, who they've paid massive money for, Jay Donnelly, Rory Donnelly, they've all paid money for them, big players, and the quality that they have is unbelievable. But as I said, fair play to Glentoran, they're a better side tonight, they deserved it. Just disappointed with a good support down tonight, that we let our fans down tonight, all of us. Disappointed for that, because we had a good support down. But unfortunately, we give ourselves a mountain to climb after 3 minutes. Going to go behind and then conceding a sack one out. In the first half, and it's makes it very very hard against a top quality side like them.
Yeah. Well, I suppose the work starts now for us next season. Obviously, we announced the signing of Bobby Dean this morning, and there's a bit of contract news as well.
Well, Bobby's obviously come in, and as I say, we'll talk to a couple of players over the next couple of days, and try and renew contracts and stuff like that there. And Sean Ward's agreed, Robert Gard's agreed, Jack Malone's agreed a new deal. So, and there's another couple, obviously, so we'll look to sit down and talk. But we're delighted Jack's agreed a new 3-year. Warley and Ribs has agreed a 1 year. So. Again, we'll have to go now searching. We looked in January with players coming out of contract in the season. We know there's not much out there, but we're just going to have to keep searching high and far and see what we can get in.